Okay, bonus video time. I realized I haven't talked too much about labels with you guys, so this is looking at my actual Lavar's Life script, okay? And we're gonna look at the end because this is a good example of when you can use labels. Labels are used, you could sort of think of it as like a scene. Each little scene you can do labels for, but you don't have to. If your scenes are very close together, you can just keep going as long as there's no major change happening. A good time to use labels is, say you want to branch your story. So you could kind of branch your story using labels, because after a choice that someone makes, you can pick to put jump to this label, okay? And it will take you right to that label. Okay, sometimes some of my games get pretty complex, and so using labels, it can be like all over the place, and I would show you one of those, but they are pretty complex when it comes to labels, and for the most part, probably unnecessary for most game making. But yeah, we're not going to talk about that. But I want to kind of give you guys an example of when labels are used in a really good spot, okay? And I'll maybe show you some of my other labels further up in the script, because we're at the end of the script here. So if you have 13 or more evil points, you will jump to bad ending. So in this case, you could put jump, and then whatever your label is. You gotta have the same writing, like capitals, all that stuff has to be exactly the same. So it will then jump. It will not continue on here. It won't go to the good ending. It's gonna jump to the bad ending right away. If your evil points are 2 or less, you're gonna jump to the good ending. Everything else, it's gonna jump to okay ending. So then you can see label good ending, and then it has the good ending. Collapse that for a second here. We can see label okay ending, and it has the okay ending. Collapse that, label bad ending, has the bad ending. So this way you're bypassing these other labels. So if you chose to be evil throughout the game, you're gonna go and get the bad ending. You're not gonna see the good ending or the okay ending. So this is a really good time to use labels. It can be used in so many different spots. I used to think that you had to do it after every menu choice that you made, and that's probably why there isn't that many choices in Lavar's Life, but you don't really need to do it, and I'm going to show you real quickly why. Okay. So in this case we have yes, do it. You guys know this sort of. It's a little different. I wouldn't suggest adding this. This means that the player cannot roll back at all. They can't scroll back, hit the back button, and do it again. I mean, unless there's a major reason to use that, don't. But again, that's up to you. I'm not even going to talk about it, but that's how you can get it, so they can't scroll back at all. And I used to think you had to do that to keep the points proper, but if you go back, it takes this point away, so you're fine. Okay, so here you have jump brother love. Now this isn't needed, as you saw in our video that we're doing, and you'll see in the future. You might not fully see it yet, but you can continue on without that. So what happens is when you make a choice, so you choose to yes, do it, to jump on your brother, it's gonna only play, it's only gonna go through this part here. Okay, you don't need the jump to another label, because after that it's gonna go back to the menu line, and it's going to continue on after this, and it's gonna see that this is the next label. Or if we didn't even have this, we could just have the scene right here. Like if scene was back this far, it would still work like how we have it in our script, and then it would just continue on. So let me quickly go and show you our script again. So yeah, I realized I can't really, it doesn't make sense because of how I did something in that game that you'll see in the future that we do. We end up adding a countdown to the choice, and it then therefore you do need to jump a bit more. So unfortunately I can't really show you guys how to do it, but the way it shows, you guys will see it as we continue on. There is no jump to this part. It just continues on. Okay, so that's yeah. I just want to make sure you guys understood labels a little bit. It's a fairly easy concept, but I don't talk about it too much in any of my stuff. If you guys need any help with it, let me know in the description of this video. I will try and keep my eye out, especially at the beginning. this is just a little bonus video, so I hope you guys enjoyed watching it, and I hope it helps you a little bit, and we will talk more about things in the future in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye-bye.